So this is the first sociology lecture I'm recording for myself. What I have studied in today's lecture is that, first of all, I've studied about what is a social structure. So social structure basically contains three things. First thing is that it contains social institutions, and institutions include every aspect of the society which makes our society build. So, for example, and the things which are there in social institutions are polity, education, religion, family, economy. Polity, education, religion, family, economy. All these things are social institution. Then there are values. Values are basically set of guidelines which are set, which are which are followed by members of the society. Values are basically set of guidelines which are followed by members of society. And norms, when values are practiced over and over again, they become norms. For example, what our value our values are: we should respect our elders. And what is the norm is to pranam, like किसी को प्रणाम करना हो गया हमारा एक norms. That's it. Okay. uh, Social structures, social institutions, values and norms make social structures, and social structures are interdependent. Okay. For example, if I explain, uh, liberalization area, like in 1990. So if we take apart, the things which are in social institutions are polity, economy, family, religion, and education. So pre-liberalization, they were like, okay, so let's take this, how do these institutions affect each other, and there is a relation between all these institutions and norms and values, and this relation is called, and this relation to each other is called relative system. Okay. And relative system is called social system, first of all. If we go on to see how this basically how these things are basically divided, we will see that there is a very strong social system and how that worked. For example, during 1990s, the liberalization law was passed, which was a decision by the polity, and it affected the economy because private companies started coming to India. Because private companies started coming to India, and private enterprises built up, jobs went up, economy boomed. Because economy boomed, the ventures needed people who are educated and skilled. So engineering education boomed. That's why the sector boomed in India. Because service sector boomed in India, people came to urban cities, urban centers like Bangalore, Mumbai, all these places, and people started staying alone from their traditional joint family, which was pre 1990 eras. And now the families started to become nuclear families. Because nuclear families started to become, there was less social interaction, and eventually nowadays we see a lot of mental health problems. And because of mental health problems, religion is also, and religion previously, which was more about the bhakti part, more about traditional religion, that changed. And right now the religion is more about for your well-being. For example, vipassana is there, and all of this kind of meditation schemes came up. Okay. So when we see this whole social structure system, there are two schools. The positivist school says that social structures influence individuals' actions. Example, Emily Durkheim says that. And then there is non-positivist school, which says that individual actions. By actions, we mean meaning and orientation. What meaning I attach to a thing. So, like, I mean to study, that's why I'm making this video. And my orientation is I'm preparing for IS because I'm inspired by my parents. So that's the point. So that's the meaning and orientation part. And eventually this meaning and orientation of me, that is my social, this will make me interact. Like, I'm making this video, someone will see it someday, and that interaction will happen. And seeing this video, you may take a decision to take sociology as an optional, or you may think of doing a UPSC. And that's how whole of these things happens. So first is positivist school. Positivist school says that social structures, that is social institutions, values and norms, affect our individual behaviors. Like, for example, liberalization made us more interested. For example, liberalization created uh, created more jobs. More jobs resulted people coming to urban centers. More urban centers making people go into nuclear family, and I'm product of a nuclear family. And that's how I think I don't want to eventually stay with my parents. It's not like that I don't want to, but I'll go to work somewhere else and my parents won't come there, and eventually that will become a nuclear family. So that's the positive with school, that social structure, the liberalization, the political decision change, the economic decision, and everything. And now if we come to this part, and that is non-positive view, that says that my decision that I want to pursue IS after though having a job will basically affect people around if I become an IS to pursue IS, and eventually that will create a system where coachings will be needed to study for IS, and that will be an industry, and people might think like that. Okay. Now we need to understand the first part of our syllabus. The first part of syllabus is sociology, the discipline, and the exact first part under is modernity and social changes in Europe and emergence of sociology. So first word is that modernity and social changes. So what is modernity? So modernity is a substantial, tangible, and visible changes in social structures. And what are social structures? Social institution values now. What are social institutions? Family, polity, economy, education. Okay, family, polity, economy, education, and religion. Family, polity, economy, education, and religion. Fine. So what is modernity? Substantial, tangible, and visible changes in social structure. A break, that is a break from the past. What is an example? So if we go on to see traditional functions of family was the economic that प्रोडक्शन कंजम्पशन फार्मिंग करके वो लोग खाना खा लेते थे, और फिर जो फार्म करते वही खा लेते थे, या तो वो गांव के अंदर ही खा लेते थे, ठीक है. लेकिन अभी वो चेंज हो गया, प्रोडक्शन और कंजम्पशन हमारा काम नहीं है. तो बेसिकली हम प्रोडक्शन कहाँ से कर रहे हैं? हम इंडस्ट्रियल, हम लोग मॉल से जाकर चीज़ें खरीद कर हमको पकाने नहीं पड़ रहा खुद. और कंजम्पशन भी क्या है, पुराने दिनों में एवरीवन यूज्ड टू ईट सिट टुगेदर एंड ईट. नाउ द प्रोडक्शन इज़ फॉर लाइक कंजम्पशन इज़ फॉर सिंगल पर्सन. हम अभी जोमेटो से ऑर्डर करके अकेला खाना खा लेते हैं. सेकेंड थिंग इज़ दैट व्हाट वाज द traditional function of family. The functions of family was doing marriages, and marriages was the reason of legitimizing sex. But अभी वो पॉइंट नहीं है. अभी हम सेक्स को लेकर कोई इतना टैबू भी नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है. पीपल गो एंड हैव कैजुअल रैंडम सेक्स, एंड इवन देयर आर लॉज विच आर फाइन विद इट, एंड लॉज ऑल्सो डोंट स्टॉप दैट. सो दैट्स द थिंग. थर्ड पॉइंट इज़ दैट रिप्रोडक्शन फॉर कंटिन्यूइंग ओन ब्लड. पहले एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट था कि हमारा खून आगे बढ़ना चाहिए, बट द थिंग इज़ नाउ इज़ दैट we are not concerned with that much. That's why there's a population decrease in European countries. Plus there are many other ways. मेरे नाक टेढ़ा क्यों है मेरे को नहीं पता. There are many other ways जिससे हम लोग धीमे धीमे समझ पा रहे हैं कि हमको there are different ways, like that there is a lot more adoption now. And the other point is that people are more interested in doing surrogacy or in vitro fertilization like IVF. And that third point was that there was family for socialization. People should talk with each other, see each other's problem, बच्चे को बड़े करने के लिए. बट अभी तो आंगनवाड़ी हो गए बच्चे पढ़ने, उसमें दैट्स नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम. टू अंडरस्टैंड द प्रॉब्लम्स फ्रॉम इट, फॉर दैट अभी यूट्यूब आ गया है, इंटरनेट आ गया है. लोगों को कोई भी प्रॉब्लम होता है, यहाँ तक कि अपने मेंस्ट्रुएशन साइकिल की प्रॉब्लम्स भी लड़कियाँ आजकल शायद इंटरनेट पर सर्च करती. सो दैट्स अ पॉइंट. फाइन. सो दैट्स अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग. वेयर अगर हम लोग ये चीज़ बोलें कि अगर वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज़ में जाए, यूरोप में जाए, तो ट्रेडिशनल चीज़ों से मॉडर्न में एकदम डिफरेंस आ गया, ठीक है. But having said that, India is a country of peculiarities, but India has both traditional and modern aspects of in social structure. For example, in Western countries, what happens? Parents support their children till they are 18 only, right? But in Indian countries, what happens? There are nuclear families. जो Western countries में nuclear families, parents and children only, not their parents, their brothers, and no joint families. But the nuclear families in India support their children जब तक वो पैसा नहीं कमा रहे. Still they are not well to do for themselves. जब तक वो typical अपने पैरों पे नहीं खड़े हो जाते. So that's the first point. Okay. Having said that, supported in Indian nuclear family, children are supported financially as long as they need it. ठीक है. In modern society, हमारे law के अंदर, in modern society, marriage is a contract. But in old times, marriage is what? A sacrament. मतलब बोला जाता है ना 7 फेरे, तो that's like the best thing. Okay. तो ये सारे चेंजेस हैं. पास्ट में एजुकेशन था ना, वो रिलीजन के अराउंड सर्कल कर रहा था, ठीक है. जैसे मद्रासे हो गए, चतुष्पाठी हो गया, टोल हो गया, ये सारे जहाँ पे चतुष्पाठी और टोल्स में संस्कृत एजुकेशन दिया जाता था, वैदिक एजुकेशन दिया जाता था इवेंचुअली. बट अभी क्या होगा,